Chapter 8. One panda at a time. Yes, thank you. We need all the help we can get, said Dr. Ling. She looked dazed and frightened. Jack and Annie scrambled down from the wreckage. Where's your grandmother? Asked Dr. Ling. She's. Jack looked at Annie. Helping earthquake victims south of here, said Annie. "Oh, good for her, said Dr. Ling, sighing. Everyone needs help. This is a huge disaster for our region, said Master Lee. We have no water or electricity. We've been able to make calls on cell phones, but we must conserve the batteries. How's Bing Bing? Jack asked. She's missing, said Master Lee. His voice quavered. Missing? Said Jack. Yes, said Master Lee. I can't find her anywhere. Don't worry, we'll help you, said Annie. Master Lee's eyes welled with tears. Thank you, he said. She's like a member of my family. He took a deep breath, then spoke clearly and steadily. The pandas are terrified by the quake and the landslide. Many of their homes have been destroyed. The stone walls around their yards have collapsed. We also have two staff who have been injured, said Dr. Ling. Master Lee and I must go now to help those who have been trapped in the rubble. While you do that, we'll look for Bing Bing, said Annie. Thank you, said Master Lee again, but be very careful. Remember, she's a wild animal. She might be so upset and confused that she could attack you by mistake. We'll remember. Come on, Jack, said Annie. Oh, wait, said Dr. Ling. So everyone will know you're here to help. Please put your volunteer clothes back on. She pointed to the bin, then she and Master Lee hurried off. Jack and Annie grabbed their coveralls from the bin and pulled them on over their wet clothes. Let's check around Bing Bing's house first, said Jack. He and Annie ran across the grounds over shards of glass and fallen debris. They passed broken windows and cracked concrete walls. The kindergarten area was empty of cubs. The quake had overturned the swing sets and slide. When Jack and Annie arrived at Bing Bing's house, they saw that the stone wall enclosing her yard had crumbled. She must have run off into the woods, said Jack. We have to go look for her, said Annie. Jack and Annie climbed over the collapsed wall. When they scrambled over piles of shrubs and branches into the forest. Bing Bing, Annie called. Bing Bing, Jack echoed. They kept moving through the broken brush until Jack stopped. He grabbed Annie. He said, Bing Bing was sitting in the middle of a fallen bamboo grove. Her forepaws rested in her lap. Her head sagged on her chest and her eyes were closed. The giant panda was snoring. She looks exhausted, said Jack. Annie smiled. She doesn't look like she's going to attack us, she said. Bing Bing raised her head when she saw Jack and Annie. She let out a bellow. Don't be scared, Bing Bing, said Jack. He and Annie crept closer to the panda. They knelt down beside her. Hi there, said Annie. She gently patted Giant Panda's furry head. Bing Bing made soft sounds. Are you hungry? Asked Jack. He picked up a broken bamboo stalk and offered it to the panda. She took the shoot in her paws and pulled off the leaves with her teeth. She gazed at Jack as she chewed. He thought she looked weary and sad. Listen, Annie whispered. Soft whimpering sounds came from the trees beyond the thicket. Annie stood up and quietly stepped through the broken bamboo. Look, it's Roly and Poly, she said. Wait here, Jack said to Bing Bing. Keep eating. He hurried to Annie's side. High up in a tree were two small pandas. It's okay, said Jack, as if he were talking to two little children. Come down now, one panda at a time. Come on, Roly, Annie coaxed the nearest panda cub. Come to me. The small panda, started down the tree trunk, rump first. When he got close to the ground, Annie put her arms around him and pried him loose from the tree. Roly made little chirping sounds. I understand, Annie said to the cub. The earthquake was awful, wasn't it? You were so scared, but you're fine now. I've got you. You're next, Polly, said Jack. Come down. Polly hugged the trunk and used the soles of her feet to pull herself up even higher into the tree. Not up, called Jack. Down! As the little panda looked down at him, her hind paws slipped on the trunk. With a shriek, she tumbled to the ground. Jack dropped to his knees and put his arms around Polly. Don't worry, I've got you, he said, cuddling her. You're safe now. The panda nibbled Jack's arm with soft, tiny bites. Jack laughed. That tickles, he said. We have to get them back to the center, said Annie. Jack stood up and lifted Polly into his arms. The cub was surprisingly heavy. Come with us, Bing Bing, he called to the giant panda. She was still chewing her bamboo stem. Lead us back to Master Lee, Bing Bing, said Annie. He misses you. Bing Bing licked her paws. She stood on all fours and shook herself like a dog. Then she started toward the panda center with her rolling gait. Jack and Annie carried the cubs through the brush until more whimpering panda sounds made them stop. Wait, Bing Bing, called Jack. Look, said Annie. A third cub, smaller than the other two, was peeking out from behind an old tree stump. Hi there, said Jack. The cub rushed toward Jack, yipping like a puppy. He clasped Jack's legs and held on tightly. Clutching Polly gently under his right arm, Jack bent down and put his left arm around the little panda. The frightened cub was shivering. Poor little guy, said Jack. Can you carry little guy too? Asked Annie. I'll try, said Jack. He clumsily scooped little guy off the ground. Got him? Said Annie. Yep, Jack said, as if he were carrying two chubby little kids, except these kids had fur and paws. All set, he said. Let's go, gang. Jack held on tightly to little guy and Polly. Annie carried Rolly in her arms. Bing Bing trotted ahead over the fallen rocks and crushed bamboo. They all climbed over the ruins of the collapsed wall. Master Lee was standing in Bing Bing's yard. When he saw the panda, his face lit up. Bing! He cried and raced across the yard toward her. Bing Bing sat on her back legs, and Master Lee grabbed her forepaws. Oh, Bing, you're not hurt one bit, are you? He said. He hugged the giant panda and laughed. Bing Bing made snorting sounds that sounded like laughter, too. Dr. Ling came rushing into the yard. The missing cubs, she cried. Where did you find them? Hiding in the trees, said Annie. The cubs made screeching sounds as if they were trying to tell Dr. Ling about their terrifying adventure. Dr. Ling smiled. We'll take them to the nursery and give them milk to calm them down, she said. We're using a small generator to keep the incubator going for the newborn. Did you help everyone out of the rubble? Annie asked her. Yes, all the workers at the Panda Center are safe now, said Dr. Ling, just bruised and shaken. We are very fortunate, for we have word that other workers in the nature reserve are harmed or missing. Let us go. Before he went with Dr. Ling, Jack looked back. He saw Master Lee dancing with Bing Bing, holding her paws and rocking from side to side. See you later, guys, Jack called. Then he followed Annie to the panda nursery. Inside, the tiny newborn was safe in her incubator. At least 10 small pandas were lying on their backs on a blanket on the floor. They were all drinking milk from baby bottles. Aw, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen, cried Annie. Dr. Ling brought bottles for Roly, Poly, and Little Guy. The three cubs held their bottles with their forepaws. We put a little sedative in the milk to help them go to sleep, said Dr. Ling. As the cubs sucked on the bottles, a roaring sound filled the air. For a moment, Jack thought the noise was from another aftershock, but Dr. Ling smiled. Ah, good, she said. The helicopter has arrived. There she is giving some milk. One of the babies is so cute. And now a helicopter is coming.